Hi everyone, Shelley here. Welcome to my channel. The video that I'm going to do today is just a general video and with some bird and wildlife photography tips, and I hope you find them really useful. One of the things with photography is you need a lot of patience, and I don't find that hard because when I go out into the field there's always something to watch and learn. A big part of my photography is going out there and always trying to be different and try different things to get different effects with the light and so on. So I'd like to really encourage you to be a bit patient and wait that little bit longer. Quite often when you ask a photographer how they got that shot, quite often one of the things they will say is they waited. They had to wait. Maybe they went back the next day and the next day, and suddenly something happened in the field and they got those shots. So I think that's a really good tip, is to learn to be patient, and I really don't struggle with it. When doing low-key photography, it's okay to underexpose your subject, whether that be a bird or a kangaroo or something. The thing that you're exposing for is the light, and that should be the brightest part of your scene. You're going to be watching the whole scene when you're doing this, and lowering with fog, really dark areas, and you want that mood. So you're exposing to create an atmosphere. Now your subject, and I find this works really well for kangaroos and also for birds if they're the right bird, the rim light that you get around, you position yourself for the rim light, you get that edge around your subject, so you're getting a beautiful shape, and you're letting the bird or kangaroo, for instance, go darker, but you're exposing the rim light around your subject so that you can see the detail of your subject lit by the rim light. That's the part that you watch. You don't overexpose it so that you've got no detail. Now this works really well when you've got low light and the sun's close to the horizon. As the sun gets higher, it's more difficult to get the detail in that rim light edging around your subject. So sometimes you can't do it, but just keep that in mind, because to me, I think that finishes your photo when you do that. Low-key photography, I think this is very effective when you are using rim light, and something for you to keep thinking about when you're out in the field, always looking at the whole scene and exposing for the scene that you see in front of you. Photography, especially bird photography, is opportunistic, and sometimes you get this feeling that you need to get this photo. What I'm talking about is you've hopped in your car and you're all ready to go to a destination that you've planned, and as you're driving along, and I'm terrible for this, I'm always watching and noticing things happening around me even when I'm driving, but I'm a safe driver. If I see something and I know that I can get that shot, I do stop now. I never used to. I used to think, I've got to get to the shot, there's such and such, this is happening, and I'm going to get some shots. But, you never know until you get there what you are going to get. And if you see something on the way that looks pretty good, you want to stop. And I've never regretted it when I've stopped and got those photos and then continue to my destination. And sometimes it hasn't worked out, the destination, or sometimes, yes, there's things happening, but I still get some shots. The most of those opportunities, when you're out, follow your instincts.
Here we go.